Alright, guys, I apologize. We forgot to turn the mic on during the entire workout. So, not a huge deal though. We'll just do a quick little voiceover. Um, so, basically, I'm talking, but you can't tell what I'm saying. Uh, I did find my exterior mics though, my clip on mics. They were underneath my car seat. So, I found those, so that's good. Um, so, I can start using those again. So, what we're doing today is we're doing a leg day. Um, we're starting out with calf raises. We got 4 sets of 20, give or take. Um, so 4 sets of 20, and I think I mentioned here, um, doing a full range of motion is important for calves, but at the same time, sometimes you want to. The biggest importance is the bottom, and then like the mid range. So there's a new study out that a full range of motion is not a whole lot more hypertrophic. I still prefer the full range, but if you get tired to the point where you can't get the whole way to the top, you want to kind of stay in that bottom to mid range. My feet were kind of slipping off the pad here, so I had to make a little adjustment. But that's kind of the key. And calves are a muscle that you can kind of hammer 3, 4 times a week. If you're not used to training them, I would only start with 2 times a week. Work your way up to 3 times a week. What I've always done, well, not always, but what I've been doing, what I did for my previous bulk and through most of this cut was I would do like calves Monday, Wednesday, Friday, forearms Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, or something along that lines. Because your forearms as well are a muscle that respond to a lot of volume. Um, so yeah, so now I'm talking. We're gonna go hit some tibialis raises. So you'll see that in the next clip here. The tibialis is important just because it kind of gives you that thicker look from the front. At least in my opinion, I think they're important. Um, this gym is nice. They have a tibialis raise. I don't even know what this thing's actually called, but it's for tibialis raises specifically. So it's really nice. You can also do them just like on a step, and it's almost like a reverse calf raise. I've done them before on some videos, uh, but I like to slide this back to where my knees aren't really bent, and that's really just all on my ankles. And you're just raising the weight up, and it's going to work that front part of your calf or your front of your shin, really. Um, and these are important because you want to have that balance as well. Um, I have heard and seen that this could give a little bit of like a shin splint feeling at first when you're not used to training them. So don't what do I want to say? Don't kill yourself with them right away, right? Don't hammer the volume. I do about half to a 3/4 volume, so I did 4 sets of calf raises. So I'm gonna do three. I did 3 sets of tib raises here. I like to just keep that volume in that half to 3/4 range. Then I know I'm not going to overtrain them and that they'll recover adequately for me. Also, update this morning of this video, I weighed about 234. So dropping a couple pounds of water, which was good. I still been eating quite a bit of food, but I think my body's kind of getting back to a little bit of homeostasis. And my plan is to get into a little bit better routine here. Although after this video, we did go get some really good pizza. It was kind of the last day of kind of eating a little bit wild. So we did enjoy some good food, some good pizza. But like I said, my weight's kind of coming back down, which is a good thing. I'm getting a little more vascularity back, a little less water in the face, just overall feeling a little healthier. I'm recording this voiceover the next day because I didn't realize that we didn't record the sound, but no biggie. Um, although, like I said, my after eating that pizza, my stomach is a little bit beat up today, so I'm getting back on my sourdough and egg whites for breakfast and rice and chicken for lunch. I actually have some chicken cooking right now. I'm gonna have to go check on it here once I'm done with this recording. Um, so yeah, so here we're hitting some adductors and abductors. Um, I really like these personally. I think that they develop some muscles that are hard to hit. And they're also a very good like accessory in preparing your body, your hips, everything, your glutes for things like squatting or hip hinging. Um, so even if I don't like, so these I am training pretty hard to relative failure. I think I did about 15 reps, and I'm pushing those 15. Like those 15 reps are hard. At least the last 3 or 4 are hard. Um, some people might only want to do one. Like if you're more of a strength based lifter, so you're trying to PR, you're well, I mean everybody tries to PR, so that's not a good analogy or not a good thing to say. But if you're more of a a power lifter or strength based, this might be something you do maybe not to failure because you don't want to maybe pre-exhaust his muscles completely, but they will provide a good activation to a lot of muscles, stimulus, and kind of get you primed for like a heavy squat or a heavy dead. Um, I've used them in the past when I was more strength based. I would consider myself still a strength based lifter, but with squatting and deadlifting kind of being a little bit rough on my sciatica and my bulging disc right now, I am going to utilize these more to failure, and less emphasis on the weight that I squat or dead. And then I said here, when you get to the end, if you need to squeeze a couple extra reps, you can use your own self as assistance, just kind of pushing in on the machine. Like pretty much every leg day, I like to start with hamstrings. My hamstrings aren't as developed as I'd like them to be. Um, I like to start with the hamstrings. I also feel that starting with hamstrings, again, similar to the abductor and adduction, is really a good primer. And here I'm explaining that when doing a seated hamstring curl, like so, this machine here, a lot of gyms I notice now have seated hamstring curls. Lying hamstring curls kind of not as common, at least not in my area. Like none of the gyms I go to have a lying hamstring curl. So when doing a seated, you want to try to stay upright as possible because then you get that deeper stretch. That's where a seated hamstring curl can really be beneficial, and honestly, in a way, better than the lying because it does allow you to get a deeper stretch on your hamstrings, more pull. So we're doing 3 sets. I did 3 sets of hamstring curls, about 12 to 15 reps. I kind of hit a dead spot here. And so I give myself a couple assisted. I don't necessarily like to do assisted on every rep or every set, but that last set especially, I like to get a couple assisted in just to kind of reach extra failure. Especially considering I'm more of a low volume trainer, so I do want to reach failure fairly often. Um, so next we're doing some RDLs here. Uh, I have not done RDLs consistently as of late. I'm looking to add them back into my routine now that I'm eating more. Hopefully, I can get my body in a little bit healthier state. I'm going to be a little less cardio focused and more focused on repairing my back and having it primed and ready to go. So we're doing just 2 sets here because I didn't want to jump back into it super crazy. But I did work up to a decent top weight here of 275. And this Smith machine is a legit, I think it's a legit 45-pound Smith. It's very stiff too. I don't want to say it's not fluent because it is, but the pull is consistent. Like it's not like there's no like give. So I think I did 8 reps here. My first set I did 9 reps or 10 reps at 225, and then did 8 at 275 there. So I was fairly happy with that. That's a decent spot to start for me. Um, a lot of people are probably stronger than that, but I'm kind of getting back into them, so I didn't want to completely thrash my lower back. And like I said, this is the next day I'm recording this, and I feel pretty good right now today. My legs are sore, but they're not. Nothing is like beat up, so that's really good. So now we're moving on to the quad. So we're 5 total sets of hamstrings. with the abductor and adduction. So for quads, we're doing 3 sets of leg extension. Again, I'm a big pre-exhaust guy, especially for legs right now, just because I'm not hopping into squats with 3, 4, 500 pounds right now. I'm kind of keeping everything a little bit lower weight, letting my body get acclimated to the weight. So for me, pre-exhausting is better. But again, if you're a strength-based athlete, you might not want to do as many reps to warm up, and you might want to do less volume. You more just want to get blood to the muscle and to the knees. Sorry, my AC unit is starting to. It does this like every once in a while. Like, I don't know if it gets water inside of it. It starts like making this clicking noise. I don't know if you guys can hear that in the background or not, but I'm not going to get up and mess with it. Just going to let it go because we're almost done. Next, we did our last exercise was a Smith squat, and I'm going to stick with the Smith squats for now as well, just to kind of keep everything a little more in control. And it also will allow me to get a little deeper without having to do as much stabilization. I mean, I am a big squat fan. I used to love squatting. I mean, I still do. I just can't. Unfortunately, I can't squat the way I'd like to anymore. Um, so we're getting some good range of motion. More of a narrow stance here, so it's more quad emphasis. High bar, very quad emphasis. Um, this is a rather humbling set. I mean, I was, my PR in a squat is a 565 pound squat, and here I'm using 225, and it is difficult. So, um, it's a little bit humbling, but that's okay. All right, guys, so that is my leg day. We went and got some pizza after this. Um, Fairly low volume still, but I'm working to increase it, and I'm working to increase the workload as far as like squatting and deadlifting. So we're going to kind of keep at this type of pace, maybe increase sets every couple weeks, and kind of go from there. My body's still not used to that volume yet, but we'll get there and hopefully make some good gains. All right, guys, thank you for watching.